Hey there, Aquarius, how's it going? Finally, to you guys. So I will say this, Aquarius, this will be your video for February of 2023. I had a bunch of comments about when is Aquarius coming out? Guys, I will tell you this. I do these based upon what I feel Spirit is requesting me to do or is guiding me to do. So if I don't get to your video first, understand it's all about divine timing. I'm a firm believer in it. Is when it's supposed to come out, it does. So I never forget about you guys, and happy birthday season to all of you Aquariuses. Happy birthday. I hope your day, whether it's past or is coming, is beautiful and wonderful to each and every single one of you. So happy birthday, right? So this will be for your sun, your moon, your rising, and your Venus. Here goes the nose itches again. Goodness, every time. Cross watchers, if you're watching this video for your Aquarius, remember, look at this hair, holy Toledo, that roles can be reversed, discern the messages accordingly. What else? So if you guys have not yet subscribed to the channel, please do so. It helps circulate the channel. It keeps you notified as to when new videos are coming out. If you've not checked your other placements, your sun, moon, rising, and your Venus as well, take a look at those placements as well for your the videos that correspond with that for you in your natal chart. And then let's just jump into it. I think that's about it for announcements, right? I hope you guys are doing well. Aquarius, let's see. Save the best for last. That's kind of how I felt about this for you guys, was Spirit said save the best for last. So that's what we did. So sorry to make you all wait and hold you in suspense. All right, Aquarius, let's see. Center. Are you becoming more mouthy? Like that lady's mouth just sticks out to me, the jaw. Some of you may deal with some TMJ kind of issues too, maybe grinding your teeth at night. Because I feel like everything from here up is good. It's this particular area. So let's just see what's coming up. Moderation. They're talking about moderating sugar in your diet. I never know what's going to come up, right? We just never know. I just roll with what Spirit gives me, but moderating the sugar intake too. Some of you may be having teeth and jaw issues at this time. Spirit's saying cold compress. So I don't know, for some of you that may resonate, for some of you it won't. But it's taking care of the jaw. It's taking care of the teeth. It's taking care of communication. They're also talking about tongue, so tongue ulcers and stuff, rinsing with some warm salt water. Very, very interesting why that comes up as it does. They may be little flares that you're dealing with. Clarity, that jaw, again, what is going on? I want to kind of clarify this right off the bat. I don't know what this is with the jaw space. Sticks out to me immensely, very, very strongly. So let's see, I'm going to throw a couple of cards and we'll pick those back up and go from there. So what is it? The throat and the jaw, primarily the jawline. If you're having any kind of health reactions in here, into the jaw, the mouth, the tongue, the teeth, whatever, it's like your body's defense mechanism is coming up and flaring up for a reason. Too much acidity could be an issue for some of you at this point. It just needs to be cleared and cleansed. Making better choices for your body. Taking care of your health and well-being at this time is going to be very important. Some of you may be seeing doctors at this time. They're giving you intellectual advice on how to handle this. Make sure that you're following through with it. It's going to be up to you. It's sort of like, here's this, here's that. There's these different remedies. There's these different things. You're going to have to change the way that you're doing things because your body, you may be going through like a 7-year shift. Our bodies change genetic structure, I think is how it's explained, every 7 years. And for some of you, you may be dealing with that 7 years. So you may be seeing some flares or things that you've had in the past are kind of alleviating, but you're noticing different symptoms. Holistic remedies are a great way to go. I do a lot of that in my brick and mortar store that I have, but that's going to be a lot. Some of you, it may just be cold. It may be like throat, sinus type stuff related, but I feel that it's from like, this space down is where the struggle is. So just make sure that you're getting a lot of liquids, a lot of hydration at this time. Lemon is great for those types of things. Let's see. It'll be slow to resolve itself. I feel like you're kind of dragging your feet about making these changes because it's like, well, I've always done it this way, or this is what I've been taught, and I'm standing firm that this is what it is and it's not that. Your body's just changing right now. So just be aware of that. Let it be what it is. Heal, use different healing modalities too. Don't ever ask. This is going to be so specific. Somebody just changed brands of toothpaste. That was the wrong move. Like, I don't know, guys. Like, I sit down with people in person and over the phone, and the most random shit comes up. Like, so for whoever switched toothpaste brands lately, you need to switch back to where you were, because that's just an irritant to the body for some reason. Your body's just not happy with what it is that whatever the change was. So in your age space of 40, like if you're in your 40s, I feel like you're noticing significant differences in the body. So the spirit is giving me like 40, mid 40s, 45ish. I feel like I need to reshuffle these and get out of this energy. But that's just a side note, that your body's just changing, and it happens. It happens to all of us, right? Male, female, it doesn't matter. Our body is always responding to what we're putting into it, so or what we're lacking. All right, let's see. What else for Aquarius? Now that we've, I think, gotten the health issues out of the way. The messages, don't ask me. All right. Stop going back in time. When we are in a space of healing, and we're always healing. I don't care who you are. I don't care what you acknowledge or choose not to acknowledge. We are always being forced to heal. We are always being pushed by spirit, by our guides, by God, by the universe, whatever, to do some healing. And even after we're done in this physical 3D, we continue to heal. We still continue to deal with karma and dharma and soul contracts and all of those things. They don't ever necessarily go away. We spend forever walking into this world working to heal. And through that, I feel like there's a little pushback from you that as much as you want to move forward, you keep reliving past hurt, past circumstances, and you run back to that. And I think part of that for you guys is the comfort of what has transpired. Like you were extremely uncomfortable, but comfortable because you knew how to deal with it. And I've said this to so many people doing the work that I do, that you go back to it, but make sure you're gaining clarity from it and you're not living in the fuckery of the past. That's so important. So let's see. Oh, all right. I guess we're going to be using a lot of this deck. Expectations. So you expected things to be differently. You're also, and again, you're looking back. This idea of looking back, like, it's almost like for some of you, it was questioning if the grass would be greener on the other side. But what you're failing to recognize is that it is better. There's the potential for this mass amount of balance and camaraderie with other beings and other people. That potential lives within you, but you've got to stop looking back at the past in a sorrowful sense. Our lessons are meant to be our lessons, and that's all they are. We hang on to those from a space of pain, a space of comfort, maybe looking back on just of what could have been, like the what ifs. What if doesn't matter when it's already past. What if doesn't matter in the future. That's not being present and aware in the moment. But there's like this need for this change to occur, or you may be in the midst of this change. There's something influencing you to move you into a place of peace. And I feel like you're right on the cusp of that. Like this transformational energy that changes your direction is right there, but you're going to have to nurture that space within you. I feel like you've been through a lot of things that have been rugged and tough, but highly optimistic that it can change. But I feel like you go back to your head of like the daydreamy what ifs. allow what's coming in to bring you that peace and balance and give you the potency. I'm going to call it, it's very potent energy that's going to propel you forward, and it wants to, but you also have to allow for that to happen. Paint yourself a new picture, paint yourself a new idea, a new vision as to where you're heading rather than what you have dealt with in the past. It's alchemizing what is presently there for you rather than seeing the things in the past as sorrowful energy. There's an inner child in you that wants to explore, to create, to be curious. But you're going to have to allow that to come out. I kind of feel like some of you bounce back and forth in this space of it comes in very heavy and you want to be there, and you may be riding the wave very well for some time, but then all of a sudden you get kind of drawn back into past regrets, past sorrows, fleeting thoughts, things to that nature. But it was a phase in your life. It was a chapter in your life. Allow that chapter to do what it was supposed to do for you and then close out of that. Your body is coming through very heavily, is asking for, you may need to be outside. You need to work through body movement and things like that. And I feel like the more you do those kinds of things, the more opening this becomes to freeing yourself from any energy that is stuck within you. It's starting to move all those parts. I've seen a lot of that in energy too here recently, as well as, you know, through this renewal. For some of you, the more you open yourself up to movement and stuff, you may find like, you know, flashbacks coming in that make you feel heavy. Like, okay, let's just say this, like here's an example, right? So like you go out for a walk in the woods. All right. You're going out, you're walking, something happens that you see something that triggers a thought from the past. And it's like you shut down and you might feel tired or exhausted or heavy in that moment. So you just want to go home and go back to bed and not continue on with your walk or your venture. The more you're making movement, it's like you're working through those things faster. It's like a physical work through that's being required for your body to move this negative energy or these situations from the past. And it makes me think of EMDR therapy, which is eye movement desensitization and reprocessing. That is used for people that are in the military, for people that have, you know, dealt with PTSD, traumatic experiences, and understand that we too, as, you know, civilians, I'll use that word, that, you know, go through daily life things. We don't have to have one big kaboom like 9/11 or war or anything like that to have happened. It can be a small buildup of little traumas that create this massive shutdown within our minds and being able to process our emotions. And that's kind of what it reminds me of, because the lady, and I can't remember her name, that discovered EMDR therapy took a walk out in the woods, and she found herself working through those traumas and triggers by being outside and allowing this eye movement to happen. So if you can, Google EMDR therapy and how it was formed or came to be, and you'll be able to understand what she did, how it worked, and you can even talk to a licensed psychologist or therapist about EMDR treatment too, that may help move this. But I don't feel like that it's so severe. And remember, guys, I'm not a medical doctor. I don't have a license in psychology or anything like that. Have years of background in dealing with it, but not, you know, not, I never went to school and got licensed, you know, that kind of thing. But either way, it is something that is very beneficial and can very much help you. But I don't know that most of you are in a space that you need to go through EMDR therapy, but it's something that you yourself could do, just taking those strolls and alleviating, grounding your energy, but through that, air sign, right, making movement in order to do that. So just keep that in the back of your mind as to how you're processing things. Movement is going to be very important for you, and it will help you process whatever these thoughts or patterns are from the past. So let's see. All right, for Aquarius, please, Spirit, for February. Understanding I think you're coming to an awareness that these defense mechanisms that have built up in you are no longer serving you. And it's kind of like starting to see the light. in some ways. Like you've pulled yourself out of the fog. High Priestess of Earth. I think I said this a little bit ago that you needed to ground your energy. There it is, you know, again, needing to ground, needing to work with others, but also sitting in this state of preservation to take care of yourself at this time. I don't know that your confidence level is where it needs to be right now. Like, you know that you need to remain loyal to yourself, but the confidence, you may be picking yourself apart going, I don't feel right about this. I'm not happy with that about me. Learn to love yourself. Like, so what? You had experiences. Shit, we all do, right? Like, but we don't let those experiences define who we are. We get to pick ourselves up and we get to rewrite chapters, or not even rewrite them, but write new ones that do not have to correlate or be part of a past existence for ourselves. And we open ourselves up to new pathways of doing things. So open up the way that you see yourself, but open it up in a more loving manner. All right. Okay, so let's check. I got the Mystical Shamans Oracle deck, and I'm just so drawn to shamanic medicine. I don't know. It's become a bigger and bigger thing in my life every day. It's amazing. The Heart of the Sky, the giveaway. The Heart of the Sky. Again, you know, dreaming, revisiting, the passion that lies within you to move forward. The arrow, you know, it's making your mark, leaving your mark, hitting a target, moving forward into things. Too, that giveaway to me is releasing. You're releasing what is no longer yours. You're letting go of what's no longer yours. And in that, you are striking this balance and a potential for so many wonderful opportunities to open up to you, but you've got to put the work in. That 5, though, too, is, you know, that can be self-deceit. It can be self-fulfilling prophecies. It can be the need to elevate that may seem a little bit difficult. You're still trying to take some things with you. It's time to release those things and let them go, because again, and I feel like working with others. So for some of you, you may, you know, group therapy kind of sessions, or you know, like, I don't want to say Smokers Anonymous, but here we are. You know, the support groups, that's the word, support groups that are just going to help you understand yourself. There's support groups for everything out there. And if not, it's just even meeting with like-minded souls that understand where you're coming from. It's like, you know, finding your soul tribe that's going to help elevate you through this growth process that is trying to open you up to new possibilities. This understanding and the giveaway, I mean, they're so similar, and I'll show these to you. It's a release. Like, here, God, here, heavens, here, angels, here's, you know, ancestors, take this. Take this, I'm done. I'm releasing this. I no longer need this. I want to be free-spirited. I want to be opened up. I want to be, you know, like a conduit of light. Release that. Allow that heart space to open up. Allow yourself to be part of something beyond you. And I think that you know that you are part of something that is beyond what we see in our world. That's the Aquarius inquisitive mind, right? Let it open up and take you where it needs to take you, but ground yourself. In the same process, you can still have this free movement about you and still be very grounded and connected to all that is within you. And that to me is a very, very important message for you guys. I don't even know what I'm going to title this video. This is neat. I like it. Understanding, letting go of those toxic patterns, right? There's a lot of toxicity. There may be a lot of obsessing over the past, a lot of maybe addiction issues in the past. For some of you, it may be even fulfilling yourself by a sense of lust, that connecting with another on an intimate level was a way to dissolve your emotions for situations as well. The Empress and the High Priestess, oh my God, you guys are going through it. And the Magician there is popping out at me. You know, using that sex appeal to make yourself feel valuable, maybe playing with some small energies, trying to come in charismatic and open, not knowing where that process is going to take you. And I feel like a lot of times that it took you into some dark places too. But it's time to just make that shift, to let go of those toxic ways of thinking. You know internally that it wasn't serving your highest good. And, you know, but it was like you brought that in. It's tempering those feelings that is not the only way to feel love. That's not the only way to feel emotion. But I think a lot of times in connecting with others, that made you feel loved. And that's not always the case. Yeah, and it was a hard thing to deal with, and it was heavy, but it granted like a temporary wish. It was like a band-aid. But in the same point, you also have an understanding and awareness that it really wasn't serving you at the end of the day. So very interesting energy there. You have a lot of all the cards that I just threw, I've got 6 down and 1 underneath there. 6, or so 7. 6 of those 7s are all major arcana. Something is really starting to shift. Massive shift. Massive shift for you guys. All right, High Priestess. The wheel. You got Taurus, Scorpio, Leo, and Aquarius energy, Aquarius, and then the star, there you are. There is a great awareness. There is this wish fulfillment, an idea, right? Seeing things beyond what we are. The number 7 may be very, very important to you as well. I've seen that a couple of times here. It can be a luck. If you're a gambler, that could be your thing too, right? Gambling with addictions, maybe it's gambling, maybe it could be anything. Spirit just that came in and said pills. So if you're dealing with addiction issues too, make sure that you're getting the appropriate treatment. Again, putting into your body what it needs rather than what it doesn't, because it's counting on you, right? We need to give gratefulness to our bodies. I mean, you think about the processes, the involuntary ones that our bodies do all day long for us to keep us going. Like, treat your body like a temple. Funny coming from me who smokes and drinks coffee, you know, practice what I preach. I'm guilty just as much as the next person, but, you know, recognizing the value of what your body does for you, what your mind does for you, what your heart does for you, what your, you know, your jaw and stuff like that does for you. Very interesting energy. I feel like you've also tried to find a sense of fulfillment in this Aquarian energy from childhood situations. So you may have been taught, and I feel like sometimes too, guys, that with this, when you're feeling grounded, you don't feel emotional. You kind of check out of the emotions. You can be a bit rough on yourself, rough on others. 7 of Pentacles, and then wondering why nothing comes to fruition. Like it's always like a wish away from where it is that you desire to be. Moon energy, Justice. It's like you're missing something. You're not seeing something for what it is. It's coming out to be not fair. You don't feel that life has been fair, or something around you's not been fair. You're not getting back what you feel you've put out there. So you can turn cold and abrasive in those moments. 3 of Wands, you know, waiting for your ships to come in, waiting for something to come back around. Justice, you also have the card of Libra there, Aquarius, Sag, Aries, Capricorn, Scorpio as well. So could be folks around you that you're dealing with. You may have those placements in your chart, discern accordingly. But it's like waiting for something that's fair and just to come back around. But then yet, like, I don't know if you feel like you've been abandoned through a particular situation, or you feel like you've chosen to emotionally disconnect once again. I see this a lot with you guys, is like this emotional disconnect, like this desire, but then the lack of connection. Continuing to work on nurturing that space. Stop feeling guilty for past situations and move forward. It's very important for you to have this self-awareness, and I see this a lot for you guys too, needing to have more self-awareness. So maybe taking some meditative courses and things like that will help bring you into a better understanding of where it is you're coming from, or why you feel the way that you feel, right? So nurturing that, you know, addressing it, correcting it, whatever you want to call it. So let's go into past, present, future energies. Oh, guys, for the love of God. All tied up. Number 5, well, 23 breaks down to a 5. 3rd chakra, which is our solar plexus, Archangel Chamuel. I think I say that right. I'm not sure. That breaks down to a 10 and a 1, new beginning. Storm warning, 10 also breaks down to a 1. Happy family and pussy and anxiety, and that angel of balance popping out there too as well. Let's just clarify this. I keep itching my jaw. Do you see that? Like, talk about your jaw, now my jaw is itching. Goodness. All right, for Aquarius, please. Spirit, all tied up. What is this about? Spirit is saying for some of you, I feel like you got yourself stuck in something that you didn't want to be stuck in. This is going to sound so strange. Praying the wrong direction. I don't know what the hell that's about. You might know. I don't. That was just a side message. They come in and they tell me what's up, and I'm just like, this is not, like, understand, I am the conduit for your messages. What the hell they mean sometimes, I couldn't tell you. So that to me is a specific message for somebody, and I don't have an answer as to who. So discern accordingly, as always. So all tied up. You're anxietizing over a situation that was maybe what you thought was you were trying to bring something together. You're going to have to be intellectually stimulated from this situation, because I feel like whatever this is causing anxiety within you. It's making you feel stuck. It's giving you sleepless nights. It's not a unified situation if you're dealing with a particular person, when you're in their presence, it may give you mass anxiety. You could feel like you're dealing with someone that's very bitchy, or you could be coming across bitchy. I talked earlier about like what we're saying, or I forget exactly how I worded it, like, oh, if you were mouthy, are you being mouthy with somebody? And it's like, speaking from words of kindness is going to get you more than doing it another way. But I feel like that it's fear-based. If this is you, you're reacting out of a space of fear. If it's somebody else, they're reacting out of a space of fear, that they feel like they're in a situation that is just very uncomfortable for them at this time. That Six of Swords, moving and, wanting to move into something that's more fulfilling. That Five of Pentacles, feeling feeling lack, feeling that you've been left out in the cold, abandoned somehow, through this situation, or maybe, a situation that you wanted to bring together. It didn't come to fruition the way that you had hoped in the past. That Strength card, Leo energy, 10 of Cups. You may have thought that this was going to be wish fulfillment for you, that something was going to change. Somebody may come in, teaching you strength and courage that you may not feel that you have, and you're finding a way to be courageous through a particular situation. You're braving, you're putting on a brave face, moving forward through whatever this is, trying to reach happiness. You get the Eight of Cups in reverse, the Seven of Cups, which is confusion, of course, and then the 10 of Cups, fulfillment. All things happy and fulfilled, emotionally open to things. But I feel like, I want to say it's almost like you're only a step away. Like, it's how it kind of feels to me, is like you're always a step away from this fulfillment, always waiting again for that ship to come in. That Eight of Cups popped up twice for you guys. So let's see, present energy, third chakra. Spirit. Okay, Two of Wands, Page of Cups again, Mother of Wands. A lot of, well, no, not really, a little bit of Wands energy there, kind of a mixed bag of the types of Wands that are coming out. I feel like you're lacking direction emotionally, hoping, you may be protecting your energy at this time, or you may be seeking somebody to help protect your energy, trying to find your wish fulfillment. That Eight, God damn it, that devil is all over this reading. Do not make quick, impulsive moves to put band-aids on situations. You're like, what's bright, new, shiny. I'm thinking of that Seven of Cups too. That Seven of Cups can be a lot of illusionary energy of like, I'm just going to move on to the next best thing if this doesn't work for me. And that's being driven by that devil energy in the background, pushing you to reach your desire in an unhealthy fashion. And you're making, the Eight of Wands, you're making some impulsive moves. That's fast moving energy without thinking, because it feels good in the moment. So again, if you're dealing with any types of addictions, it's a band-aid. It's not correcting the void that sits within. And that's something that you're really going to have to work on addressing. In Aquarius, there you are again. Seven of Swords, it's self-sabotaging energy to be in that sense. But it's protecting your emotions. You think you're protecting your emotions. You think that you're handling this in the most appropriate fashion, because it's a cause for celebration in the moment. It feels good in the moment. It helps you feel like you've got your shit together in the moment. Not saying that you don't, and I'm not trying to give you an ass whooping today, I promise. I know it's birthday season, right? Like, take it easy on you. But I'm here to spit you out the truth and not sugarcoat some bullshit to you that makes you feel good, and then it's a whole other world of chaos, right? That's not what I'm here to do. But it's like, if I can just protect myself, I can protect my energy, then, I'll be okay. But it's only in that moment. So I would say, look at your life right now and go, where am I seeking quick satisfaction that is not long lasting and sustaining? It doesn't sustain the foundations of what it is, doesn't sustain what's to come. You've got that storm warning there, right? So let's see, the Moon. For some of you, if you're indulging in certain things, that may be the only way that you feel like you're feeling a euphoric high only when you're slapping band-aids on, because then it's like you want to feel that positive emotion and not the negative. So you'll do things that are going to sabotage long-term success to give you a temporary balance, but really it's not a balance. It's like a real high, and then it dips down to a real low. So you need to find something that's going to keep a nice ebb and flow flowing, rather than these massive highs and it's like, whoo, I'm on top of the world, and then crash and burn. But with that moon energy in reverse, Cancer energy, Pisces energy, it's bringing forward to you the hidden emotions that sit within you, but you're only taking what feels good, not addressing the things that don't feel negative. Six of Cups, this can result in in past situations, indulge. I just keep hearing indulging in the moment. You're indulging in the moment. So let's see. 10 storm warning. Clarify for present energy. What is the storm warning for Aquarius? Struggling to work together with other people. Working with other people may feel extremely hard, because there's this desire of wanting to give and receive. Empress, all things beautiful and new. 9 of Cups. The long-term feeling good process is almost yucky to you. Like you want to feel a euphoric high for a minute, right? And then go home and lick your wounds again kind of feeling. But to stay steadfast in that seems to be very difficult. That's where your emotions get chaotic. Like it's almost like too good to be true. And I know this is a little contradictory of what I just said, but in the same breath, like the 3 and that 3, it's outside circumstances trying to receive and give. It's balancing out that emotions with that storm warning, and that feels hard to me. That feels chaotic to me. But it's like you have this desire to effectively work with others. That is the wish fulfillment, but you don't see yourself capable of doing that. Like there's that 8 of Cups in reverse. There is a desire to do that. You have, again, there's that potential card at the top. There's that Ace of Cups. You want to open up to new possibilities, but I think it's the tone in which you come across that can appear aggressive. It's like swooping in real fast and going, well, right now. Learn to lay everything I see. I got Temperance in reverse. I've got that 4 of Cups. This 4 of Cups in this deck for me is not just distractions. It's tiptoeing around our emotions. It's pretending that things don't exist. It's not seeing what's underneath our feet. It's not feeling the ground below us. That Son of Swords, to me, he's always an asshole. I just don't like the energy. To me as a reader, I don't like it's always aggressive. And it's like, I want to go learning patience. Spirit is saying patience. Learning patience with the people around you, the situations around you, learning patience with yourself. It's like, I feel for you, because it's like, I just want to feel good. So you're doing these things that bring in this temporary high, whether it's shopping or drugs or alcohol or gambling or sex or whatever it might be. It's a temporary fix. And there's such a desire there to go, I want to feel good always. Understand the realistic expectation to life is this. We're not happy 24/7. Sometimes we're here and we're just chill. Other times we're like, oh, I wish this would have been a better day. Other days we're like, bouncing off the stars and it's been glorious and we've had wish fulfillment and things are beautiful. You guys have got to strike a balance, and the potential is there to do that for you. It's right there. But it's like you get confused on how that balances out entirely for you. I'm going to get cards of advice for you guys. Like you're focused on it, but you get veered off. Wow, what a message. Trust your intuition, guys. High Priestess again. Trust your intuition. I don't feel like you're listening to yourself. Like it's like devil angel kind of energy. Like, I know this isn't good for me. You're right, I should stay home. Oh no, you know what? I'm just going to go do it, and then tomorrow I'll start over. No, it's not serving you. It's not doing you any favor. Self-sabotaging energy, right? Okay. Heavy reading. Heavy reading. I was hoping for, not that this is bad. Like, we have to address these things, right? Like, we have to address what's going on so that we can course correct. So it's not a bad thing. I feel like there's a desire to move out of this. You guys, like, I feel you're exhausting yourself. You're exhausting me and yourself. You know, that's confirmation. You're exhausting yourself. So, all right. Spirit, what healing message do we have for Aquarius? How do we tie this together for Aquarius? Make sure you're listening as much as you're talking too. It's like something's going in one ear and it just kind of bounces around in there and you don't do anything with it. So I don't know what that's about. So again, acknowledge that accordingly. Discern that. Spirit for Aquarius, please. My little hands in these big cards. Forever my kryptonite. Aquarius, please, Spirit. Just a quick, whoops. That almost came out. What does Aquarius need to know? Healing advice for Aquarius. For those of you, like, I prefer the cards to come out on their own. I don't like to pick them off the top or the bottom. I'll look at the bottoms for underlying energy, but geez Louise. I tend to let them just, you know, what's meant to come out comes out, and it always sits right in the balance of what we needed to do. Okay. Deer of Delta, nurturing, loving connections. This card came out the other day too. Be easier on yourself. I got dry lips. Be easier on yourself. Be easier on others. 26 breaks down to an 8. 8 is cycles, right? Coming back around. Again, the need to listen. Soften how you listen. Soften how you exchange in communication with others. You know, you have an inner knowing, but you're just choosing not to listen to that inner knowing. Be softer, be more delicate with yourself. Be softer, be nurturing of others around you as well. You're going to gain a lot of insight and light and wisdom when you're in that space. You're going to be able to help each other balance. Again, this need for balance sticks out so heavily to me for you all. But you're going to come into a greater knowing, into a greater understanding if you take that course of action. So the Deer of Delta, number 26. You guys wore me out. I gotta yawn again. Oh, goodness. All right. Deer of Delta states, without any force, you can overcome even extreme negativities. Your real nature is gentle, which is powerful in its own unique way. You do not need to become something that you are not. You can confidently, effectively invoke spiritual protection from the light. You can never be dominated or bullied at a spiritual level because the real you is always empowered and protected in the light. Some things only happen when we let go at the deepest inner level. Regenerative healing is one of them. Shamans of old understood that to obtain transformational awareness, one has to sever themselves from the world as one knows it, to unlearn what we once knew, to be reborn. In that rebirth, a new understanding and vitality, clarity, and purpose can emerge. The shamanic realm is the realm of the delta brainwave, the state of deep sleep. Here, one is completely unconscious. There is temporary paralysis at this level, which allows us for the deepest healing and renewal. Here, the gateway to the universal mind is entered, and the precious recalibrating treasures of healing are gained. In Delta, we surrender completely to a great and powerful intelligence far beyond our understanding. At 0 Hz to 4 Hz, delta waves are the slowest and most stabilizing of the brain waves. This is the state in which the body recovers from injury and the brain has the chance to check off its list of deferred repairs and healing and restore optimal function. This includes the capacity to learn and the healthy functioning of the immune system, which we talked about in the very beginning, physically and also emotionally, so we are not contaminated or confused by the emotional or psychic workings of the world around us. This oracle brings guidance that the healing you need cannot come from logical sources but requires a deep letting go and restructuring from within. Consider what practices and people could help facilitate this process in your life. Consider how you may value and encourage deep restorative sleep and regular retreats as part of your lifestyle. The great nymph Taygete, I'm not sure if I'm saying that right, called upon her beloved goddess Artemis to protect her from unwanted advances from her powerful suitor. In response, the goddess transformed Taygete into a doe, and so she would be safe from harm. Maybe it's Taygete, I don't know. Teaches us that we can become vulnerable like the gentle deer in the spiritual sanctuary of our devotion, protected by a greater source. And then there is no need to become aggressive, and I talked about that aggressiveness with that Son of Swords, that Knight of Swords. We can let go and allow ourselves to be held. This is a way to ward off negativities without needing to disconnect from our softness and our grace. Even if you are dealing with intense negativities from a particularly powerful opponent, Deer of Delta encourages you to call for spiritual intervention with complete confidence in the grace that will instantly and consistently be bestowed. Your strength and power can flow from your spiritual connection. If you've been advised to toughen up, you are encouraged to instead remain true to yourself and find your strength within. Remember, guys, the tough, I remember last year when I was going through something and everyone kept saying, but you're so strong, you're so strong. I got so sick of hearing you're so strong, just buck up, it'll be fine. Sometimes, yeah, we do need to buck up and like not lick our wounds and sit in sorrow. But, strength, we don't get to a state of strength because it's been easy. We get to a state of strength because we've had hard lessons that we've had to learn, right? In the same breath, that same strength is going to propel you forward. But in the same sense, we believe that being strong is rough and rigid and forceful and all of those things. And it's not. Being strong should teach us empathy, should teach us compassion, it should teach us grace, and understanding that when we've met these oppositions in our world around us in the past, what they brought to the table that hurt us or made us feel uncomfortable or made us, feel less than human, that changes the way we see ourselves, right? Like, so we feel we had to toughen up. So then when we deal with the next person who might need care, love, and compassion, whether it's ourselves or another person, we believe that we have to be tough, we have to be strong, we have to be rough and rigid and just take it all on and pretend like everything is fine. No. Stand in grace, stand in awareness, stand in nurturing energy, protecting what you are nurturing within you. It doesn't mean that we have to be abrasive or rough or tough or rugged. And you can be strong without, strength does not just equate to being those things. It is also learning when to let go, learning when to open up, learning how to be kind, having a gentle hand about you. Being strong is like one of the most, I think, elusive is a word, elusive ideas of what, like, there's like this, you say that word and people picture it a certain way. It's a very confusing stance. It's not being rough and rugged and tough and cold. To be strong is to reborn, or to allow this rebirth to happen within you and take that strength and that knowledge and that wisdom and never do to others that has been done to you that's brought you to the point that you've had to learn what that strength required or how to acquire that strength. It's always going to be in the way you handle yourself with others, right? Okay. What a message. Wow. I don't even know what to say. Guys, if you found this video resonated for you, please, and then funny, the strength card falls on my lap. Confirmation, spiritual divine, they do their thing. If you found this video resonated for you, please hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you've not done so. Again, you're going to get notifications of the videos that get posted. If you guys want to dive more in depth into what it is that you're dealing with, please feel free to reach out to me. The email is in the description box below, as well as the about section of the page, and we'll work out the details from there. So if you guys need anything, feel free to reach out. I'm wishing you the best February. Happy birthday again. Celebrate you. Celebrate who you are, where you've come from, where you're going, and don't tolerate anything less than love for yourself first and foremost, right? Very, very important. Self-nurture. All right, guys. Best of February to you. Sending you happy birthday wishes and lots of love, lots of healing. Take care, and I will see you soon. Bye.